Just give me 1 minute. So now we'll start with today's class. Today we'll be seeing with the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So the name of the 11th chapter is Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yoga. That is the universal form. So here Arjuna, after we see in the 10th chapter that Arjuna has accepted Krishna's position, he requests Lord Krishna to show his wonderful universal form, and then we see that Arjuna and even Sanjaya describe give detailed description about the universal form, and then Krishna starts explaining about why should Arjuna fight the war, and he shows that how all the Pandavas are all coming inside his mouth and everything. After that, being Arjuna becomes very he starts trembling by looking at this fierce form of the Lord, and then he prays to Lord Krishna that please, I cannot behold this form for a longer time, so please just stop this. So then Lord Krishna comes back to his original. Then Arjuna requests that first show your four-handed form, that the Lord Vishnu form with 4 hands, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, and then show your two-handed form as Lord Krishna. And after that, Arjuna agrees that the two-handed form of the Lord Krishna is sweetest form of Lord Krishna. So with this, this is just a basic introduction to the chapter. So we'll start with the class. I hope you can see the PPT now.
Yes, madam.
Yes. So today's chapter will be Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yoga, the universal. So this is founder Acharya of ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada, who has established. So based on his teachings from his purports of Bhagavad Gita as it is, we are taking this class, and this is our Mangalore deities, ISKCON Radha Govind Mangalore deities. So last class, 10th chapter, what did we see? We saw that Krishna's position as origin of everything. And then we also saw the Chatur Shloka, where what is Chatur Shloka? Does anybody remember? I'm not asking the shloka, I'm asking what is the significance or the importance of Chatur Shloka. Okay, so if we see
Summarize is for delivery.
Yes, so we see in the 10th chapter from 8th verse to the 11th verse, as Mataji said, that it summarizes the entire message of the Bhagavad Gita. So that is why it is known as the Chatur Shloka. And then if we see Arjuna accepts, and then his request he requests Lord Krishna to explain various his opulences, that and then we saw that among elephants he's Airavat and all those various opulences which Lord Krishna explains in the 10th chapter. Then now we are coming to the 11th chapter, and since I have already given the introduction, we'll just start with the class. So this is first section is that Arjuna's request and Krishna's description of the universal form. Arjuna uvacha मद अनुग्रहाय परमं गुह्यम आध्यात्म संगीतम यत्वयोक्तं वचस्तेन मोहोयम विगतो मम. Mishri Mataji.
Arjuna said, I have heard your instructions on confidential spiritual matters which you have so kindly delivered unto me, and my illusion is now dispelled.
Yes, so after explaining the various, after Krishna explained the various opulences of Lord of himself, then now what this is what Arjuna is saying, that after hearing your instructions, you have you have delivered me, and now his illusion is gone. But now, if we see at this point, when his confusion is gone, his illusion is gone, don't you think Bhagavad Gita should end here itself? Why is there? Why are they extending more and more? Why are there 7 more chapters after this? Anyone would like to give your opinion on this? See, it may your opinion may be wrong. It's not a problem, but just so that we can discuss. Don't you think Bhagavad Gita should end here itself? After Arjuna said that his conclusion is good. Yes, someone was speaking. Yes. Okay then. So, so after this, basically, now see, Arjuna understood, but many of the readers of Bhagavad Gita, they'll still have this confusion. Okay, that yeah, Krishna is simply glorifying himself, and he's simply trying to glorify himself. So they'll say all this information is wrong. So now, for such type of people, what Arjuna asks is that Arjuna asks that you show the universal form. Okay, we'll see that in the later verses also. This is the second verse. Bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shutau vistara somaya tvattah kamala patraksha mahatmyam api chavyayam. Okay, Vishwas.
O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance in discriminants of every living entity, and have realized your
inexhaustible glories.
inexpressible beauty.
So here, after we see Krishna has explained in great detail, so this is what is Arjuna responding, that he has understood about the appearance. He has understood the glories of Lord Krishna by understanding about his various opulences. Evam etadyatha tattvam Atmanam Parameshwara Drashtum Ichhami Te Rupam Aishwaryam Purushottama.
Prabhu, can I read?
Yes.
O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position.
Yes. No, continue as you have described.
As you have described yourself, you see, have you entered into this cosmic manifestation? I want to see the forms of yours.
Okay. Now see, here Arjuna is requesting Lord Krishna to show that form in which he has, in how he has entered into the cosmic manifestation. Basically, the universal form, which we also call as Vishwarup. So here Arjuna is requesting Lord Krishna to show that form. Now, why? Why? Because see, Arjuna knew that many few readers in the future of Bhagavad Gita, they will all first of all, doubt that whether Lord Krishna is the supreme Lord or not. So this is one proof. And and even Arjuna knew that in future, in Kali Yuga, there will be very so-called fake people who will show some kind of magic, and they will then start claiming themselves as God themselves. So such to to make a barrier, to make a margin for such type of people, he told that he requested Lord Krishna to show the universal form. So anyone who claims himself as the supreme Lord should be able to show the universal form. Otherwise, we cannot call anybody simply the supreme Lord, because the supreme Lord is only one, that is Lord Krishna. So since he is the supreme Lord, he could show the universal form. If we see, even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually hidden incarnation of Lord Krishna. He also had shown universal form to some of the realized devotees like Advaita Acharya and all. So to some of the devotees, even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had shown his universal form. So therefore, that proves that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, or the Supreme Lord himself. Okay. So therefore, to create a margin or a qualification for all those who claim themselves as the Supreme Lord, the qualification should be that they should be able to show the universal form. Okay. Okay, Rihanna Mataji?
Yeah, Arjuna wants to see the universal form to convince others that Krishna is not an ordinary person. He also wants to warn the impostors acting from within the universe, though he is not a part of it. Dwelling within Arjuna, the Lord knows he does not want to see the universal form with self-interest, and that in fact he is pleased with the two-handed form of the Lord.
Okay. So now why is Arjuna asking Lord Krishna that why to show the universal form? I also explained, but this is just more explanation, that Arjuna also wanted to convince others that Krishna is not an ordinary person. He is the supreme personality of God. He also wants to warn the imposters, basically the so-called fake people who try to claim themselves as the supreme Lord. He also wanted to see how the Lord is acting within the universe, though he is not a part of it. So this is the potency of Lord, which we also call as Achitya Bheda Tattva, that he is inside, he is acting in the universe, but he is not a part of it. So let's say, okay, let's take an example. Okay, suppose, let's say there is the Prime Minister. Okay, now the Prime Minister is the head. He's the head of all the government. But see, there are various departments in which Prime Minister is acting, though he's not a part of it. Like, let's say, let's understand through an example. Like, he may be acting in the form of, he may be acting in the education department as well, as in current affairs department as well, but he's not a part of it. So and he's acting through the various representatives that are there, or various other ministers which are there to counsel him or to support him. So he's not a part of it, yet he is working on yet he is acting in it. So this is how we can try to understand the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Lord. Now see, here Arjuna knows that now see, Lord, Supreme Lord is residing in our hearts as Paramatma in everyone's heart. Now Lord is also residing in Arjuna's heart, and he knows that Arjuna does not wish to see the universal form. Why does he even need to see the fierce universal form when he has already seen the beautiful two-handed form of the Supreme Lord? So therefore, if we see the devotees, the pure devotees who have reached the advanced stage of realization, self-realization, they are not interested in this universal form and all. If we see even during Krishna's childhood pastimes, we see that there is one incident where Krishna ate sand. So while Krishna was eating sand, Balram tried to stop and refuse him, but but Krishna didn't stop. Okay. Now Balram complained this about Lord Krishna to Mother Yashoda. Now Mother Yashoda was like, oh, just uh, open your mouth so that I can see if how much of sand has gone, and I'll try to do something about it. Okay. So then when Mother Yashoda requested Lord Krishna to open his mouth, Lord Krishna opened his mouth, and then you know that Mother Yashoda saw the entire universe within Lord Krishna's mouth. Even she could see herself reside in the earth, which is within the universe. She could see herself. Now by this side, Mother Yashoda was very, she almost fainted because she couldn't believe that, Lord Krishna showed such type of form. Because, and, after some time, if we see, again, after some time, Mother Yashoda forgets about this pastime and again treats him like an ordinary son. So if we see, advanced devotees like Mother Yashoda, Arjuna, and all of them, they are not interested in the opulence of the Supreme Lord. They are more interested in the sweet relationship and sweet pastimes, of having sweet pastimes with Lord Krishna. So therefore, to those who are very advanced devotees, for them the universal forms, they are not very much interested. So similarly, Arjuna was also not interested, but since he wanted to prove to the entire world that Lord Krishna is not an ordinary person, therefore he requests Lord Krishna to show the universal. Manyase yadi tachhakyam Maya drashtum iti prabho yogeshwara tato me tvam darshayatmanam avyayam. Anyone else wants to read?
Prabhuji.
Yes, Niharika Mataji can read. Yes.
If you think that I am able to
Behold
your
cosmic form,
husband from
oh
my Lord, O Master of all mystic
power,
then
kindly
show me that
unlimited
universal
universal self.
Anniversary.
Okay, so here what is Krishna trying to what is Arjuna saying? That if Arjuna is saying with Krishna's permission, that he's asking Krishna's permission, if you think that I will be able to behold that form, then you may kindly show it to me. So this also shows the humble attitude and the mood of devotees. They do not simply request. They request with a humble attitude, so that they do all their activities with consent and with sanction of the Supreme Lord. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Pashyame Pritha Rupani Shatashotha Sahasrasaha Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Kritini Cha.
Prabhu, can I read?
Yes.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, O son of Partha, see, Prita, see, now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied divine and multicolored forms.
So now Krishna is now about to show the universal form of the Lord, and this is a painting which looks somehow like the universal form of the Lord. It is very huge, It's like, you know what's the amazing fact about the universal form? That it's just like, it's a form of the Lord that which is only in one place, but you can see everything, the entire universe. It can cover the entire universe, all the people, all the living entities, all the planets, all the cosmic manifestations, everything it will cover. The entire material world will be covered in the universal form of the Lord. So it's like viewing everything at one place. So you just imagine how wonderful is the form of that universal form. But it's even very fierce because like it's like you can see everything, like wherever wherever you look, you will see something or the other thing in which is present in the universe. So this is the great universal form of the Supreme Lord. Pashyadityan vasun rudran ashvinau marutastatha bahunya adrishta purvani pasyascharyaani bharata.
Arjuna,
Yes.
O best of the Brahmas, see here the difference. Macules of Adityas, Vishnus, Rudyas, Aswinas, Kumras, and all other the demon gods. We also have many wonder things which no one has ever seen or heard of before.
So here Lord Krishna is declaring that how will the universal form look like? That you will be able to see all the people, all the manifestations. Adityas are the son of Aditi. I explained to you in the last chapter that all the sons of Aditi are Adityas. And then Vasus, there are Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all other various demigods, Devtas, and all. They all are there in this universal form. And here he is declaring that, behold, this very wonderful things of which no one has ever seen or ever heard of before. So this is the first time Lord Krishna is going to show the universal form to any person. So therefore, it is a really wonderful thing that no one has ever seen or heard of before. Ihaikastham jagatkritstam pasyadyasa characharam mama dehe gudakesha yachanyad
Can I read?
Yes.
O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place.
So this is what I was trying to explain, that at one place you'll be able to see everything, whatever you desire or whatever it will not only show the present or the past or something. It will even show the future. So everything that is moving, non-moving, everything will be displayed in the wonderful universal form of the Supreme Lord. So now if you see, Natu mam sakshase drashtum adedaiva swachakshusha divyavdadabi te chakshuhu pashyabe yoga vaishwaryam.
Prabhu, can I read?
Yes.
But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystical opulence.
Okay. So has any one of you, ever watched, like 3D or they say no 3D, 4D, 5D, such type of movies? Now, if when you are going to watch such type of movies, where 3D and all, you'll be able to see the visual effects and all of that. What they give usually in the cinemas or some, they will give you a special type of glasses so that you can, you get that. You get to see it very nicely. So therefore that to therefore similarly here also the Lord Krishna will give Arjuna the divine eyes, so that by getting the divine eyes he'll be able to he will be able to behold the entire universe. He'll be able to see the entire universal form, which is shown by Lord Krishna. So therefore, therefore Krishna is saying that you cannot see me with your present eyes, but he gives divine eyes, divya chakshu, so that he can behold the universal form. Now, if we see, now we are going into descriptions and the details about the universal form as described by Sanjaya. संजय उवाच एवम् उक्त्वा ततो राजन् महायोगेश्वरो हरिः दर्शयामास पार्थाय परमं रूपमैश्वर्यम्.
Mataji, may I?
Yes.
Sanjaya said, O king, speaking thus, the Supreme, the Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed its universe from to Arjun.
So now see, there is not much to explain. It's all about the various descriptions and the details. So here Sanjaya is explaining that the Supreme Lord will now display the universal form. Okay. Yes. Continue. Anybody who was reading?
Can I read?
Yes.
If hundreds of thousands of suns rose up at
Not here.
once,
Not this one. Start from here.
Arjun saw in the universal form limited mouths and limited eyes. It
Unlimited.
was all wondrous. The form of decorated with divine dazzling ornament and agreed in many grapes. He was agreed gloriously, and there was many secrets summoned over his body. All was magnified, all expanding, limited. This was seen by Arjun.
Okay, continue. If hundreds of thousands.
If hundreds of thousands of suns rose up at once into the sky, they might universal resemble the infractional of the Supreme Person in that universal form.
So here they are talking. See, here they are describing the universal form. So he could see unlimited mouths and unlimited eyes. See, this is how you can imagine through the painting that they have represented, that unlimited mouths were there, unlimited eyes were there. And it was all wondrous form. And the form was decorated with divine dazzling ornaments, the various people who are wearing the various ornaments and arrayed in many garbs. He was garlanded gloriously. See, if you see the form, see there are garlands over the various, of on various forms of Lord Vishnu, the various Devi Devtas, the demigods, and all of it was present in that. And he was garlanded gloriously, and there were very scents smeared over his body. all this was all, it looked like as if there was no end to the universal form. And this was all shown at one place. Okay. So it's like looking everything at one place. Okay. And if hundreds of and the light that was coming out from the effulgent form of the universal form is compared that if even there are hundreds or thousands of, hundreds of thousands means like, 1 lakh or something. If there are 1 lakh suns which rose up at once in the sky at, at the same time, if lakhs of suns, they all rose up at the same time in the sky, that might even, resemble the effulgence or the light that is coming out from the Supreme Person during the show, while showing the universal form. So see, hundreds and thousands were to rise at once. Their radiance might resemble the effulgent form of the. Here, there are unlimited expansions of the universe, all situated in one place. Okay, this is all within one place that they have. It's like showing the unlimited in a limited. So this is how is the wonderful form of the Supreme Lord. Arjuna saw the universal bodies, all the various demigods and all living entities. Even saw Brahma sitting on the lotus flower. So see here you can see some here here you can see Lord Brahma's, here you can see Lord Shiva, and there are various other. We saw Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and divine serpents. He saw the universal form expand everywhere without ending. No end, no middle, no beginning. Like you could, something which is unlimited, it doesn't have an end, doesn't have a beginning, doesn't have a middle. So it's like unlimited, all at one place. He saw blazing fires coming forth from his mouth, burning the entire universe by his own radiance. So this was very fearsome form of the universe, form that was shown by the Lord. Tatraikastham jagatkritznam pravibhaktam anekadha apashyadeva devasya sharire pandavastada.
Prabhu, can I read?
Yes.
At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. Arjuna could see in the body of Krishna many thousands of planets. As we learn from Vedic scriptures, there are many universes and many planets. Some of them are made of earth, some are very great, some are not so great, etc. Sitting on his chariot, Arjuna could see all these, but no one could understand what was going on between Arjuna and Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes. So see, if you see in the Goloka chart also, I explained you that there are various and various of universes that are coming out from the pores of Mahavishnu. I'll just show you once more so that you can visualize. Can you see the Goloka chart?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So if you see all these golden eggs that are coming out from the body of Mahavishnu, each of them represents one universe. So basically, so in the universal and as it was explained, some are made from some are made from earth, some are made from gold, and various elements. So therefore, if you see all these various universes, like the you can't even count. There are various and various of millions of universes. Now all these universes, first of all, our universe is also very big. What we are seeing in this earth is just one planet, and there are 14 such planetary systems in the entire earth, along with various other places as well. So this only represents one universe. Now there are various other also universes which are coming as golden eggs from the pores of Mahavishnu. So therefore, if we see, there are various of universes as explained, and all of this could be seen by Arjuna through the universal form. And when what others could see is that Arjuna and Krishna are simply there, but they could only see Arjuna. He is so surprised and all others were like, why is Arjuna so surprised? Why is he looking at all? Why is so surprised by looking something? It's just what they saw is that Lord Krishna and Arjuna are simply sitting on the chariot and conversing with each other. But since they did not have the divine eyes, they were not able to see the universal form. Now Krishna explains that he encourages Arjuna to fight the war. Now what does he say? Okay. Anybody would like to read?
Prabhu,
Yes.
Prabhu,
Yes.
the blessed Lord said, "Time, I am destroyer of the worlds, and I have come to engage all people with the expectation of you, the Pandavas. All the soldiers here on both sides will be slain."
So see here, that's what if you see even in the 10th chapter, among the destroyers, he in his opulences he mentions that among the destroyers is the time. You must have heard of the saying, time and tide waits for none. So it's all the time factor which can destroy a person who has so much of wealth, so much of health. A person who might have so much of wealth around can be destroyed in 1 second by the factor of time, which comes in the form of death. So therefore, among all the destroyers, Lord says that I am the time which destroys the entire world. And for time, it doesn't take time. So to destroy, the so here Krishna is saying that except the Pandavas, all other soldiers will be slain. So all other soldiers will be killed. So we see that except the Pandavas, that there are few of them like Kripacharya, Ashwatthama, except few of them, and including the Pandavas, all others were all others except the Pandavas and few other people like Kripacharya, Ashwatthama and all others were killed in the war. The 100 sons of Dhritarashtra, all of them were killed in the war. Tasmatvam uttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samriddham mayaivaite nihatta purvameva nimitta matram bhavasavya shachin. Okay.
Prabhu, can I read?
Yes.
Therefore, get up and prepare to fight. After conquering your enemies, you will enjoy flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement. And you, O
Savyasachin,
Savyasaksham, can be but an instrument in the fight. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
so here Krishna is saying that everybody is already killed by Lord Krishna. Everybody, he even showed that various soldiers of the Kauravas and all, they all were entering inside the mouth of the Lord and they all were being crushed up into pieces within the teeth of within the fierce teeth of the Supreme Lord. So basically, it was certain that the Kauravas were to be killed and the Pandavas would survive. So therefore, he's saying that just get up and fight, because see, anyways, Kauravas are going to die. So now it is your duty that you become an So this is already planned by Lord Krishna. So it is now Arjuna's duty, being the devotee and the friend of Lord Krishna, to help and support him in the plan and just become an basically Arjuna is just an instrument. He is just a medium through which the Kauravas are being killed by Lord Krishna. So Arjuna is just a medium. So therefore he is saying that therefore all are put into death already by my arrangement. He's saying, "Oh, Savyasachin." Savyasachin means the expert archer. He's referring Arjuna as expert archer, so that he encourages him, so that he's indirectly encouraging him that since you have so many archery skills and you are very good at fighting, and also being a Kshatriya and also a devotee of Lord Krishna, you should therefore help me in my plan and just become an instrument through which I will kill all the Kauravas. Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadratham cha Kamam tathanyam Abhivyodha Viran Himaya hatam swam Jahima Vyavasthita Yudhyasva Jeta Sirane Sapatnam.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Vishnu Mataji can read.
Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in battle.
So, as I explained, that all these people were already killed, already destroyed by Lord Krishna. Therefore, just kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will be easily able to vanquish your enemies. Now Arjuna's prayers, because after seeing the fierce form of the universal form, Arjuna is now started praying. Vayuryamognir Varuna Shashanka Prajapatisthvam Prapitamahascha Namo Namaste Stu Sahasra Kritva Punasya Puyopi Namo Namaste.
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes, Prabhuji can read.
The Lord is addressed here as air because the air is the most important representation of all the demigods. Being all present, Arjuna also addresses Krishna as the great grandfather because he is the father of Brahma, the first living creature in the universe.
Okay, so here Arjuna is addressing Lord Krishna. And what does he say? That he's addressed here as the air, because see, all other things are present, like water, fire, and all, they are present at certain places. But if we see, air is present everywhere. So therefore, air is the most important representation of all the dead, because it's all pervasive. It's there in the entire universe. So therefore, and Arjuna is also referring Krishna as the great grandfather, because Brahma, Lord Brahma, is the creator of all living entities. Okay, so therefore you can address him as as grandfather. So he is therefore called as Pitama, but Arjuna is referring Krishna as the great grandfather, because he is even the creator of, he is even the father or the creator of Lord Brahma. So because if you see from his navel, from his navel, in the lotus flower, Lord Brahma was born. So therefore Krishna is referred to as the great grandfather, because he is even the creator of Lord Brahma, who is creator of all the living entities. Therefore he is saying Prapitamahas, and then he is offering his obeisances. Nama purastad prishtataste namostute sarvata eva sarva ananda viryamita vikramaswam sarvam samapnosi tatosi sarva. Vishwas Prabhu, you can read.
Can I read?
Yes.
Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything.
So after seeing the universal form, he's offering obeisances from all the directions. He's saying, and unbound power, you are the master of the limitless might. You have so much of might and power, and he's saying you are all pervading. You are present everywhere because as he showed the universal form. This is how Lord Krishna enters into the universe and he acts in it, though he's not a part of it. So he's saying you are all pervading, you are present everywhere, and thus you are everything. Kirtinam gadinam chakra न कीर्तिनं गादिनं चक्रहस्तम् इच्छामि त्वं द्रष्टुमहं तथैव तेनैव रूपेण चतुर्भुजेन सहस्रबाहो भव विश्वमूर्ते.
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes.
O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form, with helmeted head and with club, wheel, and conch and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form.
So after seeing the fierce form of Lord Krishna, as you know, very fearful form of Lord Krishna as universal form. Now Arjuna is requesting that first you show me the four-handed Lord Vishnu form, which has the Shankha Chakra Padgada Padma. The club is the Gada, wheel, Chakra, conch, Shankha, and lotus flower, that is Padma. So what does Lord Krishna have? Club. Club is the Gada. If we say in Sanskrit, it's called Gada. Wheel is the Chakra, the Sudarshan Chakra, which is always there in the hands of Lord Vishnu. Then conch, Shankha, the various conch shells, and then Padma, the lotus flower. So therefore he's saying that I long to see you in this form, and after that you show me your 200 form as well, which is the original form of Lord Krishna. Okay. Okay. Santa Dasya Sakhya Vatsalya Madhura Rasa Nama Krishna Bhakti Rasa Madhi E Pancha Pradhana. That here they are explaining the various rasas, 5 rasas. So I explained you this before, but let me just explain you now in detail. So there are 5 rasas. Rasas means 5 ways you can you have relationship with Lord Krishna. Okay. So first is Shanta, that is neutral. Neutral is like just like how the trees of Vrindavan, the various cows of Vrindavan, they all are like basically animals and all who are neutral. Means they are though they show feelings, but like still means that kind of relation, just like how animals and trees of Vrindavan had with Lord Krishna. Then we have Dasya. Dasya Ras. Dasya Ras is the mood of servitorship. Like how if we see Lord Hanuman, how he served Lord Rama, and so that was the service attitude through which Lord Hanuman represents towards Lord Rama. So therefore Dasya Bhav, the mood of servitorship. Then we have Sakhyaras. Sakhyaras is the mood of friendship. Like how all the Gopas of Vrindavan that had and even that means various friends of Lord Krishna. Even if we see Arjuna, he had Sakhyaras, or the mood of friendship with Lord Krishna. So first is neutral, then there is servitorship, then friendship, and then fourth one is Vatsalya. Vatsalya is the parental love, which was more prominently exhibited by Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. That how they took care of Lord Krishna with parental love. So the mood of mood or like a parental, even if you see the various elderly gopis of Vrindavan, they also showed parental love. They also consider Lord Krishna as their child itself. Like suppose, let's say, you and your aunt, okay, your aunt is a very close friend of your parents. So now they will also treat you just like their own child. So similarly, all the elderly gopis also showed parental love. So that is Vatsalya ras. And the topmost ras is Vadhurya, that is conjugal love. That was shown by the gopis, the gopis who did rasa dance, Ras Leela with Lord Krishna, and even the various wives of Lord Krishna in Dwarka. Lord Krishna had 16,108 wives. So all of them, they showed Madhurya Ras. And the topmost Madhurya Ras was shown by Srimati Radharani, who is the topmost gopi. So that was, so there are 5 rasas, and also there are various mellows. Basically these are 5 direct, there are 7 indirect mellows. So these are just feelings that you get, the hasya, laughter, adbhuta, wonder, then virya, chivalry, then there is karuna, pathetic feeling, empathetic, you feel compassion, raudra means anger, then bibasa, which means the feeling of disaster, meaning like you get, basically you feel very sad or distressed by something or someone. Okay. And then there is bhaya or fearfulness. So there are various these are various emotions that are represented by the devotees of Lord Krishna according to the situations they deal with. Like if we see, Lord Krishna expressed the mood of bhaya towards Mother Yashoda. Sometimes when Mother Yashoda scolds, though he's the supreme personality of Godhead, doesn't need to be fearful of anyone, but still he shows the emotion of fear, as if he is very fearful of Mother Yashoda. So therefore, these are the various feelings or rasas. These are 5 direct and these are 7 indirect. So you don't have to remember, but more important are these 5 ones, which is Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya and Madhurya. Neutral, servitorship, friendship, parental love and conjugal love. Now we come to the last section, where we see only pure devotees can see the Krishna's 200 form. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Maya Prasannena Tavarchunedam Rupam Param Darshitam Atma Yogat Tejo Mayam Vishwamanantamadyam Yamne Yanme Twad Anyena Nadrishta Purvam. Okay.
Can I read?
Yes.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, happily have I shown you by my internal potency, this supreme and universal from within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence."
Okay, so again here Arjuna say, after showing the 200 form and after that, after showing the universal form, Krishna is saying that this is the this is the first time I have shown this form to anyone. No one before you has ever seen this form, and this is the supreme universal form by which, through his internal potency, he resides in the material world, which is unlimited and full of effulgence. And now, upon Arjuna's request, he displays his real 4-armed form, and then he shows his 2-armed form. Sanjaya Uvacha Itya Arjuna Vasudevastatho Itya Arjunam Vasudevastathoktva Swakam स्वकाम रूपम दर्शयम आश भूयः आश्वासयम आश च भीतमेनं भूत्वा पुनः सौम्य वपुर्महात्मा.
Can I read?
Yes.
Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, while speaking thus to Krishna, displayed his real four-armed form, and at last he showed him his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna.
So here if we see, Arjuna, after he was very feared from the universal form of the Lord, he showed his four-armed form, and then he showed two-armed form, which encouraged Arjuna. So therefore, if we see, actually, if we see, the two-armed form or the two-armed form is the original form of the Supreme Lord, and that is why it is considered the most confidential form, actually, because the two-armed form cannot be seen by everybody. Okay, though you might argue, like, oh, but for if we see, Arjuna required divine eyes for looking at the universal form, but with his normal eyes he could see the two-armed form. Now, how can you say the two-armed form is greater than the universal form? Because see, for universal form, you just need divine, you just need those divine eyes. It doesn't matter however type of person you are, but for looking at the two-armed form, you need to have the pure faith and devotion towards the Supreme Lord, and then only the Lord Krishna will show the two-armed form to the Supreme to the devotees. So if we see, then you will say that those people like Duryodhana, they also saw the form, but seeing the form is not important. Understanding, and then understanding Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is more important. So therefore, people realize Lord Krishna in his own self only when we show pure love and devotion towards Lord Krishna. Then only we can see the original two-handed form of the Supreme Lord. Okay. So it is said in Brahma Samhita that you need to, premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena shantas sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti yam shyama sundaram achintya rupam govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. In that, what they say is that you need to, you need to keep you need to have love within your eyes enough, or you should apply the ointment of love within your eyes. Then only you can see the original form, the Shyama Sundar form of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, the two-armed form is the most confidential and the most sweetest form of the Supreme Lord. Bhaktva tvananya sakyam aham evam vidho jana yatum darsam tatattveda praveshtum cha parantapa. My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am standing before you and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way you can enter into the mysteries of my understanding. So therefore, if here also is explaining the same thing, that only by devotion can you understand. There is no other process. Okay. Karma yoga won't work, jnana yoga won't work, ashtanga yoga won't work. Only bhakti yoga, only devotional service, undivided devotional service, you can understand Lord Krishna. And how do we perform bhakti yoga in Kali Yuga? It is very simple. The Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga is simply chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's it. There is nothing, there is nothing more complicated to be. Simply chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and you can attain the perfection and you can attain devotional service. So therefore he is saying only by undivided devotional service can Krishna be understood as he is, and only in this way you can enter into the mysteries of his understanding. Mat karma krin mat paramo mat bhakta sanga varjita nirvara sarva bhuteshu yasamameti pandava. Who would like to read? Shresth Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My dear Arjuna, one who is engaged in my PR devotional service, free from the contaminations of previous activities and from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me.
So therefore, Krishna is saying that the one who is engaged in pure devotional service and is free from the contamination, and who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to Krishna. So how do you attain the spiritual planets? Is by engaging ourselves in pure devotional service, which should be free from all type of contaminations. And how do we remove the contaminations? That also through the purification process. The same process will be applied by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. You can get free from all contamination, and through chanting Hare Krishna mantra, you can also engage yourself in devotional service. And then you will see there are various behavioral changes also. Like you will become friendly to every living entity. You will be a well-wisher to all the living entities. Therefore, such a type of person certainly comes to. This is what is explained by Lord Krishna. Now, how do we begin undivided devotional service to Lord Krishna? By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And it is very much recommended that if possible, try to wake up early and then chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. As soon as you wake up, your first activity should be chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So therefore, if you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the early hours, you will be very attentive in your chanting. So many people recommend that you should wake up at the time of Brahma Muhurat and then chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But if in case it's not possible for you, then let's say you are waking up at 7 o'clock. Okay. So at 7 o'clock also, you can try chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, and slowly you can try starting to wake up early, like from 7 a.m. to 6:30, then 6:30 to 6 o'clock, then 5:30, 5 o'clock. So around 5 o'clock or 4:30 is considered the best time for waking up and performing your spiritual activities. Therefore, by simply chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, means how much ever amount of rounds you chant, according to that you can go. So therefore, and even before, it's better that you chant some few rounds before going to the school, because chanting even helps you to focus in your studies. So therefore, it will benefit you not only spiritually but even academically in your studies also. So therefore, it is better that before going to school in the early hours, you can wake up and chant at least 1 or 2 rounds before going to school. So that is how you can begin undivided devotional service. And with this, we come to the end of our chapter. Hare Krishna, everyone. Anybody has any doubts?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji.
If you have any doubt, please tell. And I'm posting the attendance link. You all can fill the form, okay? I'll just do the concluding prayers. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. Yes, Mataji, what are you saying?
How did Ananta Shesha board?
Yes, what?
How did Ananta Shesha board?
Aboard?
How did Ananta Shesha board?
Ananta Shesha, that is the snake, or Ananta Shesha is basically, you could say, Balaram himself. So basically, Lord Vishnu, sits or on that Ananta Shesha. You want to see? I'll show you the form. So
Okay, Prabhuji.
So Ananta Sesha is, you see this asana, basically it's the asan, the place where Lord Vishnu sits. You can see, right?
Yes,
And this
Prabhuji.
is Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, who is the wife of Lord Vishnu, who is massaging the feet of Lord Vishnu. So this is what is Ananta Shesha. Understood?
And